okay, something else I want to address. We're going to talk about colorism. To start it off, preferences. You guys, if I hear one more light skin hit different, I will literally.
What is that word?
That's what I'm saying. But it's just like, it's so racist. I mean, people don't get it. And it's like, there's literally this thing. Yeah, so basically, there's this anonymous thing on Snapchat. Do you guys remember like Kumi or like Saraha or Ask FM? Those things, so this thing called YOLO. If you guys have Snapchat, you know what it is. And literally, there was this literally a bloody like epidemic at my high school at AISJ, where people would ask like guys, like, what's your type? And everyone was like, light skins. And I literally posted, I was like, if I hear light skins one more time, it was the thing I was telling you about when I said, if I hear light skins one more time, I'm gonna go bleach my skin, like get black Chinese bleach, whatever, as a joke. And then, like, someone swipes up and they're like, why are you mad though? And I was like, because it's racist. What do you mean, why am I mad? You know? And then they're like, yeah, but like, that's just like how it is. So, and I'm like, what do you mean so? Like, do I move on? I'm like, this is disgusting behavior. And I hate it when people are like, Kwezi, you're light skinned, why are you mad? I'm like, are you serious? You guys are actually asking me and saying, Kwezi, stop being mad. You're part of the people that are praised. So you know what, actually, you first of all can't be angry and just bask in the glory. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's actually disgusting of you to ask me of that.
To the fall of like darker woman's demise. Like, why would I do that?
That one is sad, because for me it's sad because it reflects what the media has portrayed for generations. So you can imagine, for us, we're growing up in an all African, all black country, but the media that we do see, and the women who are on covers of magazines, and we were looking at magazines from Europe and magazines from the US, and they were always light-skinned women, and so that obviously became the standard. You guys are fortunate now that you're growing up at a time when you have the Lupitas who have been accepted and sort of pushed up, and you've got Alec Weck and other models who have been. It was just not for us to have a black woman model like Iman.
Yeah.
Just to have black women was a big deal.
Did you ever feel like there was times when you benefited from your lighter complexion, like over a darker woman?
Yeah, I mean, not benefited, but I was considered more attractive.
Yeah.
Because I was light skinned.
Yeah.
So there was more kind of, she's as in the description of me, they would say I'm tall, I'm this, and I'm light skinned. You know, like that qualifies me to be in a particular category over others, you know? So I definitely had that, and I hated that. I hated that. You know, it's actually deep in that in our local language. Yes.
You're talking to us
ugly
tourists.
Kikuyu. Ugly is the same word as black.
Are you serious?
No, the Nazis made Kikuyu.
But I mean, I think it's the same in many different African.
Wow.
You know. So
what's
it's almost
the word?
like Moiro.
Moiro means
dark.
Dark.
Yeah. So
like dark
but
skin,
you
or
see,
just like, can you see the sky
it doesn't
as well?
say ugly.
Can you see the sky as well?
But then people would say.
But then people would say.
But it's the way it's said. It's not that she's dark, but it's Nemoiro. You know, with a kind of
like a
so it's inbuilt. It's been so entrenched in us over time, and perhaps because of how colonialism happened. Obviously, if I go back and look, I don't even know what the original word is for a person of color versus a person of not. So I don't even know if it existed. You know, but describing it, you know.
I think about like just like casually in high school, like how people would just always like not want to get darker. Like I think definitely in South Africa, like people don't want to be darker. Like people don't want to be darker. The lighter you are, the better you are. Like straight up, and like if you're light, you're called yellow bone.
Yeah, yellow bone.
Yeah, like yellow bone, and like you're like favorite. Like genuinely, like that's a compliment. Like you're a yellow bone, like you should be happy that you're a yellow bone.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And like people would like at camp,
or like when
all
it's
the
like
black
soccer
people,
season.
yeah, all the black people would literally be like under the gazebos, like trying to not get dark, like applying multiple layers of sunscreen.
They always try and make sure they have hats or something.
Yeah, and it's just
Really?
like, yeah.
You poor things.
Mom, Jen.
Oh, we didn't have that.
No, like
Something
people
mom's like, I
trying
brought
to
you
not
to
get
this
darker,
country.
and like genuinely, if people say something like you're so light, well, we went to Kenya.
It's too late.
It's too- yeah, people said this is our past. If people said some things like you're so light, like whatever, like you genuinely get
You
a
look
kick
like-
out of it. Yeah, like you'd be like, oh no, you know. And I know, and I also don't want to say this to like, be like, oh yeah, we're all black, because I do think I understand that like lighter skinned black
Yeah,
people
there's extra
definitely
pressure that
have
comes
like,
with being
yeah, like when
dark-skinned
you're
as
darker
well.
skin, it's definitely harder. Even in that same breath, even in the racism bubble, it's definitely harder to be darker complexion in that. So I don't even want to like pretend like that's not a thing, and not pretend like pretend like I haven't benefited off of being light skinned. So yeah, but it's just like really upsetting, because if you think about it, all of this stuff was like put in your mind. Like there's no reason for you to believe that someone with a darker complexion is less attractive than you. Like how? And I think it's crazy, because it's like the reason they're less attractive is the color of their skin. Like not even, you didn't even get to their face. Like you haven't even thought about their face, their personality, if you guys vibe, what they like, what they don't like, if they're rude, if they're not rude. Before you've even gotten there, you've seen the color, like the dark color of their skin, and in your mind you're already like, oh, not attractive.
Yeah.
And the same thing is like you've seen a lighter skinned girl and you're like, attractive, and you like dig for the things that you can like about her because you want to be with this like lighter skinned girl or whatever.
Isn't that changing? Because I feel like if I would go to a beauty contest now with my light complexion, I wouldn't win.
Yeah, because
you
you're
wouldn't
not
win because-
fetishized,
yeah,
or
now
because
it's
you're
like-
not exotic.
Yeah,
or you're
now
not,
it's also like
my dark chocolate
exactly. That's also
queen,
like
my-
a dark chocolatey babe needs to win. Like at the same time, the thing that I think is really deep is that like it's not even a genuine like deep rooted attraction. It's kind of like you're impressed that dark skinned women can still rise above and be the queens that they are. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if Georgia Smith hits you up, you are going to be in her DMs faster than you can even run, my boy. Like, but it's just like upsetting, because I think people still do that thing of like, you know how people do with black women, like almost like the thing of like, oh, you're like a strong black woman, and they use that as a compliment or whatever, but it's kind of like you're only strong because you have to be, because you're like, nobody likes you, everybody hates you, guess you just eat worms all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that's kind of what it's like. So it's like, you're a strong, independent black woman. It's like, because I have to be. And it's like the same kind of compliment, like, you're a dark-skinned melanin queen. And it's like, because what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to? I'm supposed to get lighter. What am I supposed to do? All I can do is embrace myself and try to stand whatever. But it's like at the end of the day, you know that's not the. Oh yeah, colorism is. I don't know what the dictionary definition is, but it's just basically like being.
It's like racist, but like
yeah,
in
like
the complexion
yeah,
in your
so
own
like
race.
like having favor over like light-skinned black people over dark-skinned black people. And my bestie Aika, she did a video on colorism, and she said that there's more like dark-skinned black women that are incarcerated than light-skinned black women. And also like healthcare systems, like people tend to ignore like darker skinned people than lighter skinned black people, so the death rate for darker skinned people is higher. And just because of like the preference, like you prefer lighter skinned black people, genuinely people look at you as less qualified, more dangerous, and everything, like because you're darker.
But yeah, guys, I just want to talk about hair. Honestly,
Hair is such a big deal.
like, don't touch
But it's
my
the same story.
Yeah, I just want to address hair. Okay, in terms of cultural appropriation in hair, what a lot of people don't understand is that like people, like there's always a thing of like, oh no, but how's it cultural appropriation when black people get to have wigs and weaves and like certain extensions so that they can have like white hair or like Indian hair, just like long silky hair or something like that. But just kind of like something that people don't understand. It's not the fact that we are taking your hair and making it a thing, part of our culture. It's the fact that like for many years we have been told that our hair is messy, we have to tame it, we literally, like, it's rugged or something, it's like it's rough, it's hard, it makes us look dirty, it's this and that, and so many negative things have been associated with our hair. And no, it's not like then we acted and got wigs and weaves or straightened our hair because of this. It's literally because of this, people then told us and made us get weaves, get wigs, straighten our hair, try different hairstyles that weren't in the way or were part of the school uniform, or literally just not against what the master said, or you know what I mean? Yeah, so just that as a standard. So black people are always being told to change your hair in favor of hair that's more tamed or more straight and like fallen down and just not in the way of how the school works or how some sort of system works, and doesn't distract you. You know what I mean? So just kind of like so then in terms of cultural appropriation as well, in terms of cultural appropriation as well, it's like when other races get braids, it's kind of like, it's like, what are you doing? You're the one that told me to get braids so that I can be more like you, so I could finally look as presentable as you want.
When we were growing up, we weren't, with a lot of white people around us, so, but we still had the language of taming your hair. So we had to have our hairs cornrowed, or have our hairs cornrowed up or cornrowed down or whatever. But I remember from you guys, the biggest issue was the aesthetic and ballet. And that for me was where racism was a big issue. The way that racism is so embedded is that the notification that came to parents in terms of how to prepare for ballet, for aesthetic, is everybody has to pull your hair back in a bun.
Yeah, with gel.
Right? So everyone has to pull your hair back in a bun. Now, if I have a short afro, how do I pull my hair back in a bun? More is that I am going to feel inadequate.
Yeah, because you don't look like the other ballerinas. Which is what I felt personally.
Yes, exactly. And so, and I remember us insisting that for you, we're going to cornrow your hair, cornrow your hair back, and that worked. And so it looked really, it was,
but that's the thing.
And I said to them, change the language from pulling your hair back in a bun, because that assumes you have hair to pull back in a bun, to, and I asked them, I had to sit with a group of them, there was a whole lot of them, and I said, okay, tell me what it is that you want as an outcome. What is it that you want? And they said, well, the judges have to see the facial features, so when your hair is pulled back in a bun, then your hair is off your face. So I said, okay, so what you want is hair off your face.
Yeah. Just put an Alice band.
Because if what you want
afros are off your face, my
So this is what I said. So I said what you need to say from now henceforth is put your hair has to be off your face. And once you say that, I will make my hair off my face. Whatever way it is. But you cannot tell me to pull my hair back in a bun, because I don't have the hair to pull back in a bun.
Yeah, and if you don't have a bun, you have to still somehow make it look like you have a bun.
I have a bun,
buy one.
Buy one and clip it on your,
push it down.
The thing is,
burn it down and change it.
Burn it down. Yeah. The thing is, like, having that story in mind, please understand the idea of cultural appropriation, because, like, in that case, firsthand, I had to get cornrows to allow for my hair to meet the standard so I could participate in a competition that I actually beat so many people in. Like, I genuinely came second, and it's just like the fact that, like, I actually could have, like, not participated because of my hair when I took home the silver trophy is just absolute rubbish. But also it's just like, now you see, like, I had to cornrow my hair so it could fit to your standards, and then now you want to be prancing around in cornrows. No, Butti, no, you can't. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like, that's where the anger, I think, comes in cultural appropriation, is because the hairstyles that black people had to do were to conform to white hair standards, and then like now when we wear that hairstyle, now you want to do it when it's just like, what?
Oh no, I think I was gonna say it's like, yeah, now you somewhat want to get braids and you're fighting me to get braids, when it's like you're the one that made me get braids so I look more professional in your eyes, and then
now you want to get braids.
And now you want to get braids after you've mocked me when it's fallen out because of how my hair isn't made to hold on to the braids. So it's kind of like, what, this doesn't really make sense because of how I've lost opportunities because of how you've made me change my hair. Now you want to do that same hairstyle and benefit off my struggles. Because it's not like you're gonna get braids and people want to make you hit the hay. No, you're unprofessional, you look dirty, you're this, you're that. It's like, no, you're not gonna get the same oppression that us black people would get because of the stuff that came with our hair. You're gonna be praised for it. You're using our struggles as a trend.
And
you're
also
using the things that you've pinned on us and made us feel as inferior, feel inferior to you, as a thing of something that you're gonna make money off of. And it's just like, that's also my issue with black women as a whole. A lot of people feed off of us by things we've created, or things things we've created, things we've said, things that we've just spoken about, or like done, like as in like the Underground Railroad, and like I was saying, things that we've created, like the hairbrush and stuff like that. People have used our literally our jobs and then our successes as their own benefit, and then they mock us when we try speak up about it, or they mock us when we actually try to take back the success that we've made. And it's like, that's one of the biggest issues with black people, is that we're always deprived of the voices that the Lord or the universe, whoever you like worship, has given us. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, it's very frustrating that also now when I speak about it to you, if you don't agree with me, I'm just an angry black woman. And it's like, that's something you again have pinned on me because of how you want to keep me in your own box, because of how you feel like, go back again to how people like, I can't control her. So it's like, you've put us in a box of like, I can't control her, because of how you want to keep us in our own thing of like some angry Tasmanian devil in a box that's rattling around, because of how you can see that the power that we have and like the self-belief that we have in ourselves, that you just want to like basically demean, and belittle and toss away and water down our success. And then to water down the insults and all the things that you've done, you just put it down to like, it's just a hairstyle, or no, it's just a business deal. You must understand, I couldn't do anything about this. And it's like, are you serious? You're literally undermining my oppression and struggles and my feelings, also, because you don't want to sound racist. I'm not like that. I would never do that. It's like, that's very disrespectful.
Also, it's like dreadlocks. Like, you know how that was really good. But also like, dreadlocks are named dreadlocks because dread, you know, the dread of your locks, of your hair being locked, whatever, like that, the name of the hairstyle was given to black people by white people.
Really?
Yeah.
They should be locks.
That's why a lot of like black women say like locks, because they want to take the dread out, because that's like literally where it came from.
Then. Oh my God, heavens.
Yeah, that's literally where it came from. And then you now want to go do dreadlocks.
Yeah.
What? Like, I don't understand. And on top of that, like, the thing is, like, if you just peep this, like, you say, okay, like, your hair is untamable, I don't know what, you need to make it tameable, what, unprofessional.
Momma.
So then you now go do cornrows because you need to, you know, abide by these, whatever. And then you think to yourself, like, what am I gonna do? Like, all I can do is just rock my hair, like, live my life, be confident. And then you now go, like, making videos, like being a musician, owning this style that was like put on you, pressed on you, whatever, like owning it, like trying to make the best of it. And then that gets popularized, and then you now are like, oh, I want to do cornrows. Huh?
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's just like, that comes from like, I'm making the best of this like bad situation. I'm making the best of people having made fun of my hair. I'm trying my best out here. I'm doing what I can with the hair that I have, that has been like ridiculed and like made fun of my whole life. And so then now you want to go and do it when you're the reason that I'm even doing it, and you're the reason that I hate my hair. And then now you want to join in on the party, I don't know what, like that. Do you understand how that feels like wrong? And like that makes people angry, because like I personally like must say, seeing like a white woman with braids, like that makes me angry. Like, and I don't even know where that comes from. It just pisses me off. Like, something in me just gets upset. And I think it like kind of feels like someone's like, it feels like a mockery almost.
Yeah.
Like you're making fun of, like doing them two plaits, I don't know what, fish braids. Like that's still, I mean,
That's
we can have a
sketchy.
debate
Yeah.
about it, but it's like, I don't think that's as touchy, like, like having braids, because
Yeah,
I
but it's
do
also
think
like
people did
cornrows.
braid their hair, but like personally I feel like everybody knows the difference between like fish braids and cornrows. Like what Kim Kardashian did was definitely cornrows, like period.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that, like,
And
you know what I
we
mean?
want to call our buns not space buns.
Yeah.
Huh? And like, yeah, again with cornrows, a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm just doing like this cute cornrow style. I'm like, okay, let's just quickly educate you. When our people did cornrows, it was literally to put our staple food in our hair because of when we were gonna get shipped off in slavery. You know what I mean? Or even like,
Tell me more about that.
yeah, it's literally like because of how we didn't know how long we would have to sort of voyage for slave masters or voyage for these politicians that have now sort of colonized our land. We don't know how long we're gonna go without food, so it was just like, okay, I'm gonna have to put this in my hair because also they'll search me and they don't want to see me win. So if I have food, hit the hair. So just kind of like cornrows are literally made because we needed to find a place to put food in, and also put food for our whole families. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like people literally put like grains or put rice in their hair so that they could eat and live. And the fact that they want to live in the times where we were literally being killed and tortured, which is also kind of like now still, but exactly. So I'm just like if you didn't know, now you know that you're watching this. You have no excuse, babe. Sorry, no, not even sorry. I'm just like, you need to like know why. Like, stop fighting people when they tell you that's cultural appropriation, and literally listen and then stop doing it. That's what I'm like, just give it up.
I mean, I think for me, the big thing about black hair is that black hair, and if you look at the history of it, has a lot to do with relationship. For black women, especially for African women spend so much time working, so much time, grinding grain and cleaning, and the big burden historically, that hair and doing hair was the one place where they had absolute freedom to be creative,
It was all
and
we had.
it was almost like a counseling place. So braiding hair is very much about connection and about relationship, and that's why every black woman, needs to ends up knowing how to do hair in one way or the other, and helps one another. We're always helping one another to do hair.
Salons that do black hair, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. So if so for white people, for you it's just a hairstyle. For us, it's a whole relationship. It's a whole, and many of the hairstyles. And if you look at,
braids take 4 hours, dude. 4 hours you're there with Tina braiding your hair, talking about her children,
like the different hairstyles. And if you go from one community to the other across Africa, you find that the hairstyles were always linked to something that was important culturally. So certain food, or a kind of symbol of something that came from the community, and so it's not just about braiding. So doing hair is not about the outcome of the hair, it's also about the process of doing hair. So for black women, hair is something that is so important.
So sacred
it's so sacred to us. And just to see women sitting together and doing their hair and talking is also the only place where they found or find the space and privacy to have conversations where men aren't.
And also, just don't touch my hair. It's not a tourist attraction. Like, it's not an artifact. This is literally my hair.